how to get better results from the same exercise, especially when it comes to strength training. Hey, I'm Debra Atkinson, founder of Flipping 50. Here's how. So it's a factor of how much weight you lift, how many times you lift it, the repetitions, and how many times you do those sets. So, yes, there's that, but what are you missing? The rest. So, rest has to be planned as well, not just rest between sessions, but rest between exercises that use the same muscle groups and sometimes the same body parts. So there are a lot of factors in planning your exercise. Let me show you how to stop wasting your time. So never, ever, ever, it's a lot of evers. Do you want to stand around, scroll through your phone, just waiting in between exercise? Here's how to make the most of it and do some standing balance work to, number one, increase your balance, but it's also, if you do standing balance work, it's core exercise. And your muscles are getting the necessary break so you can come back to that next set stronger than ever. Watch a few of my favorite and then catch me on the flip side, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how much rest you need.
In this first one, I'll just demonstrate on one side. You're going to just bring your knee up, even with your hip, rotate out to the side. So you're moving it horizontally, and the other hip stays put. So watch my hands. They're sitting on my hip bones, that iliac crest. You want to make sure you're not hiking or dropping one hip, so keeping them balanced. And a mirror is really convenient right here. On this exercise, you're going to step forward and step back. It's almost as if you're stepping over a great big fence. Lift up, touch the toe back, up and back. Again, this is dynamic balance because you've got something moving. You're not just standing still. The other thing to make this more difficult when you're ready is look around you, not straight ahead. In this one, shifting the other side, but only demonstrating one side for you. Hands on the hips. Again, you want to make sure that you're not lifting up that moving hip. It wants to hike up, and you can see I'm struggling a little bit with that. But you're basically doing a ballet move where you're bringing it from the forward to the side, to the back, and back again, just sweeping open and back. So again, your task is to hold on to the core, keep it stable, not allow those hips to go up and down. This one looks like there's not much going on, but this is all happening through the work of the glutes. I'm not flexing and extending at the knee or at the hip at all. It's glute squeeze by pushing into the heel. Great for your glute medial muscle, and that one's lazy. All right. Last but not least, this is certainly not easy. So if this is challenging for you or knee issues occur for you, you can find a bigger box or find a dining room stool, a cocktail chair, if you will. So you don't have to go as low. Maybe it's your sofa and the arm on one end, but down and up on one leg. And notice I'm not pulling that other leg down to the floor. I'm leaving it up the entire time.
Okay, so I've done those for a minute. So if they look easy, but you try them and they're not so easy, just keep trying. Perfectly okay to put your hand on a wall or the back of a chair and use a little support as you're getting ready. Or try them for 10 or 15 seconds. You don't have to get all 10, and that's about the number of repetitions I go on either side. If you're doing 10 slow and controlled, you're getting close to about a minute when you do them on each side. So if you've done, say, two exercises, we call that a superset, and you're doing A, B, A, B, instead of just going back and forth, try A and B and a balance, and then come back. By the time you get to that first exercise, now you've gotten at least that one minimum minute of rest in between. And if you get 2 to 3, that's an ideal, according to research, amount of rest for anyone from beginners to more intermediate experienced weightlifters. This is one of the things we often forget in a rush to go from here to here to here. But you also want to make sure you have a sequence that makes sense. A little harder to do when you're at the gym, but not impossible. You want to have a good plan and make sure that you've got an eye on equipment that you can use without getting interrupted. So, hope that was helpful. If you have a question, drop it down below. Tell me how you do on these balance exercises.